Hi, I'm Heather McMahon from ArtStacks, here to show you how to print on ArtStacks tissue paper at home. First thing, before you start printing, you need to know what sort of printer you have, whether it's an inkjet or a laser. If it's an inkjet, if you're not sure, if it's an inkjet, it'll have cartridges that look something like this. If it's a laser, it'll have cartridges that look something like this. If you're still not sure, have a look at the model number. It's printed on your printer somewhere and Google it and you'll find out. Tissue paper on its own is too thin to feed through most printers, so you have to somehow attach it to copy paper. There are two main methods you can use for this. The first one is my favourite one. It's very effective, very easy, but it's only for inkjet printers. You can't use this method with a laser printer because it will fuse your tissue paper to the copy paper and you won't get them apart. First method is to take a can of temporary adhesive spray. There are lots of different brands. It doesn't matter which brand you use so long as it has a temporary option. Some sprays are only permanent, some are permanent and temporary. The reason we're filming this outside is because the fumes from these sprays are pretty bad. Don't spray them inside, you'll regret it. Okay, so now you just got to follow the directions to spray it. Spray it evenly and make sure you go right to the very edges, particularly along the top and bottom rows. Depending on the brand, it should take 5 to 10 minutes for it to be dry, but still tacky. You should still feel the tackiness on it. Lay the piece of paper on your tissue paper, face down, line up the edges and smooth it out. Doesn't matter if you get a few wrinkles in there, that's fine. And then cut it out. Don't be afraid to peel it off a bit and then lay it back down to get rid of most of the wrinkles if you can. Now take a look at your printer. Many printers have got more than one option for feeding the paper through. On this printer it has two. There's one tray at the bottom and one tray at the back. If I put the paper in the one at the bottom, it has to go through the printer, round rollers and back out again. That's not our best option because every time we go around a roller, there's another chance for the tissue paper to lift off the backing paper. With the back tray, the paper goes straight through, so that's our best option for this. So load your paper into the tray, and then when you're ready to print, select your image, and you've got two options. You can either choose to print a low quality print from a computer, or you can tell your computer that it's printing on plain paper. Either of these will make your printer use the low quality setting, which is what you want for tissue paper, because a high quality setting will put too much ink onto the delicate tissue. Once it's printed, all you do is find the corner and simply peel off your tissue paper from the backing paper. You can use that backing paper again and again, and if it starts to lose tackiness, just give it a bit more spray. Remember to let it dry for a bit first so it's not too tacky. If it's too tacky, your tissue paper won't peel off from the back. And remember, that's just for inkjet printers. For laser printers, let's try another way. This second method can be used with any printer. First of all, print a copy of your image onto copy paper. Then what we're trying to do is attach a piece of tissue paper to the copy paper, and we use double-sided tape or a glue stick. We try to keep the tape and the glue stick away from your images and try to keep them as close to the edges as possible. If you only put tape around the edges, the tissue paper hasn't got enough to stick to, and as it goes through the printer, you'll get black smudges across your paper. So get your glue stick and put it around a few places in between to help hold the tissue paper to all of the copy paper. Then just layer your tissue paper on top. Then it's ready to go through the printer like you did it before. So here's the copy that I've now printed on top of onto the tissue. As you can see, it's printed beautifully, no black marks anywhere. And so the way to now use this is keep your tissue paper attached to the copy paper and say I want to use this image, just cut it out. Now remember you had tape along the edge, so cut off the edge. And now you should be able to peel your tissue paper, if I can find the corner. Peel your tissue paper off. And there's your printed image. I hope that helps you print amazing ArtStacks images at home. If you have any questions, you can always contact us via our social media. Happy creating!